Hi everyone, welcome to the FFTCG branch of TCG University.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. First off, before we get into anything else, remember that you can support the show by liking us on Facebook, subbing at youtube.com/TCG University, enrolling at patreon.com/TCG University. We are available on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, and go rate us 5 stars, please.
Oh, nope. That's 6. Thought the 5 stars was 7. Continue.
Help us grow by sharing with friends, and if we make you laugh, give us a share. It helps so much. And if you would like to be on our Patreon, junior or higher sponsors such as Andrew Dang, Clay Cardwell, Jay Rogers, Jarrett Hubbard, Jerome Weeks Jr., Justin Farst, Kat Maria, Kevin Broberg, Lucinda Latika.
Yep.
You got it. I believe in you.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. It happens all the time.
Paul Casagrande.
No one gets that right.
Samantha Stevens, Teodora Ruiz, and Tyler Zane Pease. They are all junior or higher, so they get shouted out just like this. And then our sponsors are Card Custom Build and Inked Gaming, so give them a look out too.
Whoop, whoop.
So anyway, on with our show.
Yeah.
So we're opening with L3, right?
Yes, we are opening with
Cool.
L3.
L3. Byron, what's L3?
L3 is basically you get to play in a format with just the last 3 recent sets out for Final Fantasy.
The most last 3 recent.
Yes,
Byron 2020. The most last 3 recent.
exactly. So that's basically what L3 is just you play with those 3 sets, and you try to make a deck out of that. So I don't know.
What was your first initial thought of L3?
I think 3 sets is too little. That's like I just don't think it's enough. It's makes the playing field kind of like one-dimensional in a way. Like it's just there's going to be like one certain deck that's going to be the best. I think.
Yeah.
You don't get as much creativity, but I understand why they're trying to do
It does.
that.
I guess it does stifle out some cards that just like really help other decks push forward.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
But some decks just don't care, as we'll get to later.
Yeah. Exactly. So I don't know, that's just the way I feel about it when I first heard about it. But I mean, I'm still gonna play it because I have to.
Yeah.
So we'll see. How
I'm
it
under
goes.
contract. Like,
When I first heard of L3, I hated it. I did not like the concept of... I don't mind the concept of rotation. That's fine. That's perfectly standard. It's perfectly feasible. You can do it, but
It's always-
3 sets is too limited, and it's not... I look at the card pool from the last 3 sets, and I'm like, I have no inspiration for this. There's nothing I want to build. And that's as a person who prides himself in deck building, I need the inspiration first, and if I don't get the inspiration, then what am I trying to do? What am I doing?
I think if they would have just given you like last 4 even.
Last 4, last 5,
Yeah, either one of those 2.
it would have been so much better, but they had to just go with the last 3, and then
Well, like 3 works because like they work in blocks, don't they?
no.
Do they do things in blocks?
No.
Okay.
you just skip me for that? God.
Yeah.
God, James.
Are we supposed to be talking this way?
I guess we are supposed to, because you passed back to me anyways. Jesus. I guess I'll go. So, my opinion of L3 is very mixed right now. I, at first, despised it. And that's also because I didn't think there was really anything worth attempting to play. I just thought L3 was just really weird and shortcutted any decks I wanted to make. Because I like making memes, and I can't make memes out of 3 format. Or, out of
3 decks.
3 deck, or
3
sets.
sets.
3 decks.
English.
Thanks,
Hard.
Byron.
Meme for yourself. Just meme for yourself. I'm only gonna play 3 CP or lower.
We only play 1 CP. That's it. We play 1 CP backups and 1 CP forwards, and we go swinging.
Can't.
There's probably not enough cards. That's why I said 3 or lower.
Rip dreams, dude.
Gives you a little bit more pool.
Or no evokers
I mean, like,
or summoners.
through playing it, I think it's cool, but it is very clear what decks kind of just pop out more, because you're so limited. Like, you just, from what I've seen, you can build a big board, and your opponent doesn't really have anything that stops you from building a big board, because there's not too much removal. So, I mean, there's still some, granted, but like, you don't get to see it all the time. like you would in any other standard deck.
How does time work for that? Is the time still the same? It's just last three? Just last three sets?
Yeah.
Time frames for rounds still the same? Deck building
Yeah,
same?
everything else is still the
everything's
same.
yeah.
The
It's
whole
just last 3 sets.
'Cause, like UFS has
The most last 3 sets.
UFS has Turbo, and Turbo's sort of the same thing. Just instead of playing our hour rounds, getting our 60-card decks with our normal format, we get our last 4 sets, a 30-minute timer, 1 game, nothing else, draws or losses,
Isn't it like a 40 card deck though?
and a 40-card deck.
yeah.
Going
Like-
to Yu-Gi-Oh sizes.
It's just like they want the game over fast. It's supposed to be like a fast format, obviously like Turbo. It's supposed to be a fast format. The idea is just get it done fast, get it done quick, but limit the size of the pool just to make the game funner. I think it's shit.
Yeah.
This isn't the Universes podcast, so they can't get me. I know they're not watching this one.
I think L3 has potential if the next sets that they incorporate come out with cards that can interact with kind of almost anything. That way L3 is like not just this only interacts with this and we just build this deck and we win. It's hey, we can play all of these
Yeah,
cards
'cause
and
that's
build
kind of what
something.
happens, right? For like smaller, when you build smaller formats, you kind of get pigeonholed into like the stuff they
What works-
pre-put
yeah.
into the format.
Yeah.
Pre-put
pretty
into
much.
sets to be played
It's like
together.
it's like playing a game when it first starts and like figuring out what the good deck was at the time. You just do that and then you play with that. The more the game the more the game grows, the more options you have, which is why
I think smaller formats are good. Like,
I mean
I think
I'm not
so.
against L3.
they're good for players who don't like current formats. I would say they're good for like something to do besides just play any of the standard stuff that's going on. I don't know. L3 is it's a very mixed bag currently because it's so new.
I think L3 is. I think limited formats and smaller formats are okay if there are 3 things. First off is a card pool that's sizable enough that makes it, still worth exploring. Second off, if the card effects are properly, how do I put this? Are properly designed to cover, like what you said, generic cards that just do
Yeah.
generically good things. And then the third thing you need is a player base that can support it. And I don't think L3 will have any of those.
I think that it does have a potential of having the support just because you're still getting, and I think for the top 8 or top, I don't remember, but I'm sure you'll get an invite to nationals still regardless of, if you win that tournament or not.
If
And
you have to win the tournament to get the invite
Is it
to
just
nationals.
first place that gets just
First
the
place
invite?
gets the invite to
Yeah.
nationals, which is fine, but that doesn't mean that it's going to stay the same. It's
Yeah.
going to stay like
I
that.
just think just one person getting the invite's kind of lame.
Yeah.
I don't really like that either.
Well, that's just for the opens, but for
Yeah.
the Crystal Cups and stuff like that, they're still the top 8.
I guess
Yeah.
it's just another way to snag your Nats invite if you need it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're always going to be smaller
It's a bit
tournaments.
I don't want to sound rude. It's a bit easier because you don't have to worry about all the different decks that could potentially be played. You just have to worry about this is probably going to get played in this one. I'll just build a deck to deal with those out of what we have.
But then with 3 sets, you might not have those answers.
That's the biggest
Yeah.
problem. Is that 3 sets limits answers in my opinion. That's one of the reasons I don't like L3 as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with what you were saying that if they raised like the quality of the cards in the sets, it would be better just because then you have more cards that are just kind of equal in power.
Yeah.
So
Pitch
Are they
7.
thinking about rotations for like standard?
They've not said that they are, but I wouldn't be surprised if this would lead into it.
Because like, it's one of the good parts about it is because like with Magic, like I don't play Magic, but like they have both standard and like their extended or legacy or whatever. Like UFS has legacy and extended, but we don't play it at all because it's not Jasquare. It's not the same company.
Mhm.
But like, you have that format to where it's like, when you push things out, there's still a format where it exists where people who want to play those cards, want to explore that still have that availability to. It's not as geared toward, because like you should always gear towards standard. I think it's more of like your core gameplay, and then like that's the point of like what Turbo was for Universes was supposed to, or UFS Universes whatever, is supposed to like be like this little pod to kind of like ease you into standard. You play this game and it's just a shrunk down. It's most last 3 season sets. You don't have to worry about all these older cards, all the good players are playing. You just worry about this small little bit, everything you can get right now at your disposal. And then eventually you get to explore standard. You show up to a couple standard events. You go, you start looking for cards. You get singles, and you kind of like ease yourself into standard. And that L3 kind of should give you that option for like newer players because like it gives you just the small bit. The last 3 sets, it's the most recent sets, the easiest sets to get currently. I'm guessing. I don't know how print works for Final Fantasy as well.
Everything's always in print.
Yeah.
Solid. That's pretty cool. Everything's always in print.
Yeah, even the old
Pretty
sets
much.
are still in print.
That's nuts. Man, market price for this game must be crazy.
They're pretty low, actually.
That's what I mean. It must be crazy out there.
Yeah,
Man.
there's
The
certain
ability to-
cards. There's certain cards that are obviously keep
Yeah,
their value, but most
That's
of it's mostly
that's
for
card
silver.
game stuff. Is just
Cough,
like
cough.
everyone-
Stola.
everything's
Yeah.
being everything's playing it, obviously.
Yeah.
But like that's still nuts. That's crazy.
Mhm.
That's really cool.
That's
I-
a bonus. Games,
Man, that's
games pretty
really
cheap sometimes.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
So
But like, that's what I mean. Is like it creates that bubble to just kind of like ease people into, and then maybe at one point they'll like cap what they want inside standard, and then maybe start doing like an extended or legacy type of thing, where they kick out older sets to kind of limit the format a little bit more, keep it in this little bubble.
Which I'm totally fine with. I don't like 3 sets.
yeah,
That's-
3 sets just feels awkward. Granted, I do like the point you made though, because like I can see that as a good jumping off point for like a newer players. Just I'll creep in with L3 and we'll start with the latest 3 sets since
Yeah.
they're out. They're the ones that
How
everybody's
are
gonna see
people-
the most.
People aren't going to know to pick up the last ones. They're going to pick up the most recent.
Yeah,
thing. It's the
usually
one
that's-
people are
that's
gonna- it's the one.
Just
people
about
do.
how it works with every card game.
It's how everything's going to get marketed. Is the most recent thing.
I'm not gonna go and play
It's-
White Shorts and buy the oldest set of something.
I mean,
with the
you
new
do
stuff.
you. White Schwartz is different. White Schwartz you
is,
buy
but,
because
like,
you play. You
'cause
play.
you
You want to
wanna-
play IPs.
Yeah.
You want to play IPs.
It's
so you
IP
do it.
wars, dude.
Like White Schwartz is way different because I play like original Sword Art,
Okay,
and
yeah,
that's like
sorry.
8 years
All
old.
right, we'll give another one like I can't say Transformers. I don't know Transformers well enough.
Well, like-
Let's do Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball's an
Dragon
easy
Ball's
one. You're usually gonna buy the latest set of Dragon Ball. Than the
Oh,
newer
yeah,
set.
definitely.
Or yeah, than the older stuff for sure.
But
'Cause
also
the
they
newer
don't
stuff-
they don't really print older stuff either. Like Final Fantasy, like that's what I was. That's one of the reasons I was explaining was because like most of the time for most card games, after you get about 3-4 sets out, they don't print those sets.
Yeah,
they don't
it's
get
gone.
ran. They just run out whatever stocks they have left and like, give it to whatever they're doing.
Yeah,
Like those sets aren't available, so like those prices maybe the skyrocket, drop, whatever.
that's what happened with Sensumine for like the longest time.
Yeah.
and then they reprinted it and it didn't matter.
Yep. Like prices really depend on like the games getting played. Like if like they don't create an extended but still create a block like of what their standard is and that those older sets get out, the price on those are just going to drop.
Right.
And then maybe eventually they create the extended and those prices are just going to jump back up.
Yeah.
Like the game is geared towards what you want to gear it towards. I think every game should gear it towards standard, but having like L3 creates this bubble where you can bring people in and with the availability of just getting whatever you want anytime, which is crazy. That's nuts. That's the most surprising thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like, holy shit.
Yeah,
And are they gonna keep it that way though?
I don't know. I just from
That
what
sounds hella
but this is
expensive.
also old news because this was like from a year ago from what RB said.
Yeah.
But I trust but by the availability that I've seen of Opus 1 through like
I did notice last time I was at LWG, they had a lot of different opuses.
yeah.
Yeah.
they always have every single one in stock.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Well, there was a time they didn't, but that's just because it got bought out and then they got them back like
Yeah.
immediately
Yeah.
afterwards.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, it's actually a really good thing. I like that a lot.
That's the
I do
best
too.
thing I've heard so far.
It's like, man, I like the game even more.
Like, because I also don't agree with 3 sets. I think four's a solid number. But, like, because you also don't do block. And for some reason, I thought you guys did block. I'm thinking probably Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball kind of works in blocks.
Dragon Ball's about to switch over
All
to
right,
a
explain
whole new
blocks
section,
to me
but yeah.
really quick.
So blocks are usually the way when like sets get created, they get created in blocks. Like in Dragon Ball, they have like different like taglines. Like it's unison right now, right?
When set
Because like so you
10 drops, it turns into the unison.
the unison one. So
'Cause,
they work in
yeah.
threes, and usually the way it is like each block, which is usually like 3 sets, has like a set mechanic or set core thing it's trying to do.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So like I think the last 3 right now were mixed colors, right?
Yeah.
They were mixed colors, and like Nick's format is they're bringing in like commander.
They're bringing in planeswalkers. essentially.
Planeswalker style leaders.
Super?
Yeah,
Yeah, for Dragon Ball Super,
like,
they're
leader styles.
putting in light planeswalkers.
Oh.
Yeah, well, some of those look really sick. But like, so like that's gonna be like the next 3 sets are gonna be built around that kind of mechanic, having
Gotcha.
new leaders, doing new things. So like that's what I mean by block.
Okay.
Just,
Exceed, for instance, had its first season, which was Red Horizon, which is like just their standard leap off point, and then their second season was like Seventh Cross, which explored the transform mechanic for that whole thing. Street Fighter came out, and Street Fighter explored. Oh God, what was it?
I haven't bought it.
I think
too. So I have all of Red Horizon.
I can't remember what Street Fighter's big thing
Like
was.
yeah, it just like
Anyway.
the idea is like
Yeah.
it creates this bubble inside like a format where you know the sets are going to interact with each other and do similar things, where you don't have to worry about is this next set going to really function with what I'm doing. You'll get to know like so like this next format's going to have some cards that work with it for like Dragon Ball is where I'm back on this because like the next set's the 10th, so it'll be 10, 11, 12. The next set's going to have some cards that work with the past one, but most of it's going to be doing its own thing and it doesn't really function directly with what the past formats did.
Okay.
Dovetail real fast. Magic does the same thing, block formatting, but the way they do it is that it's also rotation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you have 3 sets, when they go to build the next 3, so they got like 9 sets, right? This whole block comes out, not one at a time.
Yeah.
So they'll rotate a
Oh,
whole
Pokemon
block,
does that too.
and
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay.
Pokemon
Yeah,
does
Is
giant
it-
chunks, yeah.
I could be wrong, but
Pokemon's undisclosed numbers. It's usually within like the games but they piece it in and piece it out.
Yeah.
The best way that I would put it is that for Final Fantasy, the only thing close to a block is they have what's the word I'm looking for?
Figured it out.
They have categories of Final Fantasy games.
Like what categories are inside each set?
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
for like a good chunk of 3 sets, there was always a Final Fantasy 6 card,
Yeah. Okay.
and
I noticed that in a couple of sets where like some things were like stronger for like not types but set games where it's from.
yeah, categories. That's
Categories.
what it is.
Yeah, that you said they were. I lost it. Yeah. Like Dragon Ball does that too, because like sometimes one set will just have it like exclusively like GT or like exclusively like super characters or exclusively
Yeah.
Kai Z stuff like that.
Yeah.
All
So
right. Anyways, final thoughts on L3 format.
I don't know, like what. We'll move into it, so I guess this is a great way to
I was
move
gonna
into
say-
it too. What decks do you see like played the most for L3 then?
Rampier.
For sure, Rampier. We'll get on that one next.
It's probably going to be the most popular deck in L3 format.
Yep.
I think
Sounds nuts already.
Mono Fire might have a place in it.
I think Monofire is one of the strongest decks because
Yeah.
Dan Good shoutouts has been winning pretty much every L3 event.
Yeah.
Is he playing the Ifrita package still, or
No, you can't because there's not enough
there's
Ifrit.
not enough.
He's still
Yeah.
playing it.
Oh, he
though. Yeah,
is?
I think you have 9.
Oh, you
that
still
can
have 9
play?
Ifrits?
Because you can play the Ifritas, you can play the new 3-drop Ifrit,
Oh,
and then you have another Ifrit in one of the sets. So I think there's a
Okay.
total of 3 different ones that you can play.
So it's still
Okay,
so you still
doable.
it's still viable.
Yeah.
okay.
So
So
you
I
still
wonder,
playing that package.
I wonder if you can still play that in the next set because I wonder if that would be interesting.
Yeah, well, it'll depend if they'll release another one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah, but yeah, I think Monofire is definitely has a place in it. Then,
Mhm.
I think Ice always. I mean,
I think Ice always
fact
has
that
a spot, but it's not
Yeah.
always the best.
yeah,
I actually think Ice has been pretty weak in this last few sets.
Yeah.
It has for sure.
So I don't think Ice will be very relevant in L3.
That sucks for me.
Yeah, dude. Sorry.
It is.
Let's stop playing Ice. Oh,
Well,
I don't
what
know.
other-
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
What other
There's a shit
deck do
ton
you
of
think
cards
then?
Chris McKinney was playing Wind and Lightning with Sid 3, right?
Oh,
Or am I
Sid
Sid.
Braydakius.
Yeah. Like that wasn't too terrible.
Yeah.
I guess you could also just do Wind Water, but it's a lighter version of Wind Water.
Water seems okay.
Water seems alright.
Yeah.
Wind feels kind of weak because you lose a lot of the key cards like Diabolus, Y'shtola.
Yeah.
Yup.
And I don't know if Wind Water is possible because there has been a Riku in a while.
Yeah, that's why we said light.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to play that, but
Yeah.
Road Trip Boys. Road Trip Boys was a thing too.
Cat-
15.
category
Yeah.
15.
15, because you just
15.
smack an Arden down and you kind of laugh at your opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the road trip boys out and you EX burst a Prompto or you play a Prompto. Like if they have a big board, that's an answer to it. So road trips work.
Okay.
I'm saying that a lot. There was Earth Wind FF7 was also
Oh yes, I can see that.
yeah. Earth Wind FF7 wasn't too bad because you had the Wind 4-drop Aerith. Is she 4?
3.
3.
Did she?
Is she?
I thought
There's
wait,
a
which
lot of
one?
different Aeriths. It's the one that says pay 2
Quick,
and
Tam.
yeah. Tam, we need Aerith. It's a Wind Aerith.
Well, that doesn't narrow it down. They're all wind except for one.
Yeah. We'll find it as he scrolls through. It's
Most
fine.
recent sets.
Aerith.
He got it off the top of his head. Search. All right, we spelled it wrong.
Aerith.
There it is.
Is that it?
Keep scrolling.
It should be the. It should be the.
Are we sure it's not the top one?
What's
'Cause
that?
it looks
What's
like
that?
the
What's
top
that?
one.
Opus 10 or 8, whatever it be.
Yeah.
It's not that one.
Ten's the third one down.
Yeah, the middle one. Kinda.
That one right there?
That one right there.
Yeah, hit that one real quick.
That one.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah,
Four
that's
drop.
her.
Okay.
So she says, "Oh,
He'll get it. Don't worry. I trust him.
I believe in him." The big text was real nice. Is it pay 2, choose a forward, and it can't be targeted, right?
For during his next turn, dealt damage reduced by 200.
Okay, what's
Pay 1, tap, choose one forward, can't be chosen.
that one? Yep. So that's really good against anything that selectively targets your guys. You just pay 1 tapper and can't choose anything, or you swing with like your super big Barrett or your Tifa, and then you just tap Aerith and restand them. Usually it's Red 13 and Yuffie that are being played, because Red gains first strike with Yuffie on the field, and then he gets like a 1k bump from Yuffie or something, so he's an 8k first striker. And you swing with him and then you just restand him so you can block with him.
The biggest problem I see with all this is that most of those cards are Opus 8.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're gonna re-rotating.
Bye.
In like 2 weeks.
That's why like I built an ice deck for L3, but I literally just put Opus 9 and 10 in it. No way,
Yeah.
because I was like, there's no point in me
Why are
practicing.
you not
with
playing
it.
Opus 11, Loot? I'm just kidding. Obviously,
Good
it's
job.
not out yet. I got it.
Yeah, but like,
When's
there's
that-
no
when it
point in
comes
me
out- when's it come
practicing
out?
without it.
When's it come out?
Shoot, when does Opus 11 come out?
It's gonna
I know you guys
be
know this more than me. I got to keep track of too many
March
things.
27th, I'm going to
March
say.
27th.
Cool.
Because the pre-release is on March 20th. March
27th. Nice. Thank you, Tam.
Soldier's Return.
Yep, Soldier's Return. That's the name of it.
Whoa. What does that mean, guys? We getting some more Final Fantasy 9 characters?
Wouldn't know.
It's more Final Fantasy.
I've never played.
Definitely
a
more Final
Fan-
Fantasy 7.
I've never played a Final Fantasy game in my life.
Hey, you get to play 7's remake, right?
I mean, I have 15 upstairs and I just haven't played it yet.
You should play
I'm, gonna
7's
buy,
remake.
I'm probably gonna buy 7 when it comes out, but probably not gonna get
Actually,
a chance to play
I think you should play 15 first and then play 7, because I played the demo for 7 and like the combat, real nice.
it. Much like 15. Or
I think it's a bit better than 15, depending.
It's
I
a
haven't
lot more
played
polished
15s.
than 15.
Yeah,
nice.
I haven't played too much of 15, so I couldn't tell you.
I don't like RPGs, so we'll see how long I can play it.
Moving on to our fun next topic though, because we've been hinting at it. Ranpier. Aaron, you're up first.
I hate it.
Love or hit? Oh, he already answered it. Why?
Because it is too much value for too little of a cost. You literally play, you quite literally play a 2-drop backup, and then the next turn you break it, pay a 3-cost 8k that reduces power by 8, and then you play, because you broke Rampare, you play a 9-drop 9k that brings in a 3-drop. So you just break one backup and you have 3 guys in the field.
Yeah.
Why?
Or you disrupt your opponent.
or you disrupt your opponent, or whatever, and it's just.
I read this
It's-
card once and was just like, ooh boy.
Yeah,
This
like-
is like combo potential for anything.
Yeah. Well,
Just spicing
so
some.
you can do a lot with Rampier decks. I think the main 3 cards you're always going to see, though, is going to be Kane to pop Rampier, or probably Cloud of Darkness, just in case. Well, no, Cloud doesn't pop Rampier, does she? No, that's usually for like Golbaz stuff. Never mind.
So you play
you'll
this
definitely see
Rampier?
Kane
Or
to pop
you guys play
Rampier.
threes.
Yeah.
You guys play 3 this Rampier?
And then
Yeah, you
you'll
play
play
3 of it.
Shantoto
So you
9-drop
so you
as
can
well,
blow it
because you
up.
play that off of blowing up Rampier.
And you
then
can search it.
You also
Yeah.
play the Garland, the 3 CP Garland
Yeah.
that
Yep.
breaks it back. Breaks a
Yeah,
character.
that's what I was thinking of. 3 CP Garland will also
I
break
think
it
this
for you
card's
in case.
really cool for anything that wants to play light. Anything that you can just splash lightning. Get to play anything for free. Seems nuts.
It's
a
only
certain-
category 11.
Yeah,
Only
it's
category
only category
11?
11.
Only category
The
11.
the old MMO Rip Dreams, but I think Rampier, just as Aaron said, it nets you way more for such a low cost. It essentially puts you ahead 2 turns. Like, your opponent has to have some form of an immediate answer within like a turn or 2, or it just snowballs the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Especially with Kane on the field.
Like each card in that deck like gains you value in some way.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like obviously like you were saying Kane, it reduces someone by 8k,
Yeah.
8,000, right? So it reduces someone by 8,000. You got to pop Rampier, and then you bring out Shantoto that just is very versatile as a card itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like usually you don't play it because it's very high costed, and it requires your opponent to have a lot of cards on the field too. But with Rampier, it just you just put it on the board for free.
Yeah.
So like it's just the whole deck is just like a toolbox, and it just has so many good matchups. I
Mhm.
don't think it has a bad matchup, honestly.
Usually it doesn't. It just comes down to how you play. It's
Yeah.
it's very based on who's playing the deck and who they're playing against,
dude,
not what they're playing
Shantoto.
against.
It's
It
worse.
immediately popped up as like the first card.
Yeah.
It's worst matchup is probably YRP.
And even that is still like
Oh, it's so in his favor.
Yeah. so I don't.
It also people also play Hurdy and Rampier decks
Yeah.
for the spicy Alua
Yeah.
play,
Yeah, that
which
one's really
that's
good.
even shoulder board swing. Feels bad. Hurdy's like usually the one ICP they play too, from what I've seen, in terms of backup
The
wise.
Shadow Lord seems
It's
real
it's
nuts,
being
too.
changed now. Like I don't think people are playing much ice in it, except like the ice 5 CP Elden Arch.
Yeah.
Because now they're good. Because now they're playing this the dark. Is it dark? Right.
they're playing the Dark Elden
The dark Elden Arch.
Yeah.
So they're playing the dark Elden Arch. So they play the ICP, so you can actually activate the special for the dark Elden Arch.
I'm playing Dark Elden Arch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Elden Arch is hilarious. Oh, you killed him. To my hand.
Yeah. But I most recent lists I haven't seen them play Renoa either
Yeah, which is really weird because
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
so
yeah.
much value off of the
with Fusoya.
not just with
Oh.
Zoya, but with Shantoto.
Oh yeah, that too. So I don't know why they kind of strayed away from that, but I still think Renoa in the deck is still good. Like it's
Yeah.
splashing ice in it. I think it's still good, but there's just so many different ways that you can play the deck now.
Yeah,
As
it's just so versatile.
We talked about in one of our very earlier podcasts, Rampier was one of the top decks for Worlds last year, or National. Was it Worlds or Nats?
Worlds.
Worlds. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. We had it right the first time. Down.
Yeah.
We're learning. And it still is. Like, when Travis first started playing, he picked up Rampier and essentially scooped up locals for like a solid 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Easily.
And like he wasn't even playing the most optimal build.
No,
for it
because
either.
we didn't have everything we needed
Yeah.
for it, and he's still maybe like a card or 2 off, but it just works. Rampier does its job. It puts you 2 turns ahead of your opponent, and your opponent has to have answers immediately, or just takes it away from him.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, James?
Yeah, dude's over here thinking hard.
I'm looking through all the.
I see his brain throbbing. Ba-bum,
I'm
ba-bum.
looking through all the category 11 stuff, trying to see.
Oh, you're trying to see what it can play?
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
There's this. I need to go to 4 because I saw it on 4. This one seems really good if you want to do like a fire build with this. You're gonna play Shadow Lord. It's a dark. That says when it enters the field, break all the forwards 2 or less, and then for each one, burn something for 2k.
That was Shadow Lord.
It's just like I'll blow up a bunch of things. It just says break all forwards. So like you put a bunch of your small dudes up, and then go. I'll break all these. Ping, 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 ping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to. I guess your opponent would have to be playing small dudes. I think at this point, with the way the game works,
Also, like if you play your own and then ping all those things.
yeah, you just play a bunch of small dudes at that point.
Just
Yeah.
nuts. And then so like, if you find a way to do this with water with the Vikings, I'll break all my dudes, draw cards, ping 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 ping.
Well, Vikings 3 CP.
There's also 2 other Vikings.
Oh yeah.
There should
One's
be
not 3 CP though.
one is a.
Pick up your Fanfrids, dude.
I think there's a
I'm
1 and a
just
2.
saying.
I think there's a 1 and a 2 as well.
Yeah, there's 1 and a 2. One of them, when it enters, you draw a card. One of them, when you leave, you draw the card. And then the 3 CP is the Super Viking that does both.
Yeah.
The Super Viking.
So you can play all 3,
Buff boy.
and then every time something hits, you draw cards and go ping 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 ping. Seems nuts.
See, James has already got the memes going, dude. He's enjoying himself.
I love memes. I don't play card games for anything but memes. Love of the game, my dude. Love of the game.
Rampier and L3 though, I think that deck's unfair.
Yeah, it's the best deck.
That's the big.
Rampier's
stickler.
Both
definitely
formats,
unfair.
honestly.
Well, yeah, but like because there's less answers to that deck in L3, Rampier actually just takes control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it doesn't honestly lose much from standard to L3 either.
It keeps
It
most
keeps
of
its main pieces that it
Yeah.
needs.
I think it's only going to lose Kane, I think. I don't know if Kane's Opus 8 or Opus 9.
I think up. You want to look that up really quick, James?
Or Tam. Tam's
Okay.
over there too. If you could look up 8 CP Lightning Kane, he's a forward.
Opus 9.
Opus 9.
Opus
Okay,
9,
so yeah, it doesn't
Alright,
even
it's
lose
Kane.
Kane.
Got it.
It was Kane.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that
Yeah.
one. It's a big,
Yeah.
Never mind,
nice
James
fancy
got it.
art.
He's just a bit faster. Sorry.
Yeah,
I was already there, so.
So yeah, it keeps like all the good cards.
All
and
the
like
keys.
with Opus 11 already, like I know Travis is already kind of brainstorming on what to do with Rampier, and he wants to play Wind in it now because that new backup, the one that just lets you search for anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Uh,
remember the name?
Oh, it's
Is it on
Princess.
FS?
Yeah, I think it should be on there now.
All right, we look in, boys.
Opus 11, search.
Hey, don't do my job.
It's a backup.
Honestly, I think the backup's overrated.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely.
Why?
Because you're paying 5 CP for 2 CP worth of value. And depending on what you get, you won't be able to play it that turn.
Yeah.
And so you're grabbing a combo piece for a future turn, and you might be dead in that future turn because you paid 5 CP to.
You said Wind, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Wind.
Wind.
Wind backup. Wind backup. Oh, they're putting a new thief out.
Oh, it's
Sorry.
right down there. It's Fiona.
Oh, the two. Oh, yeah.
You
I
pay
see.
2 wind, 2 colorless,
And Tapper.
Nothing's
and she's
popping
a
up for me
backup.
under
Search
Opus
for a
11.
character and add to him. Well, she's at least a cheap backup to play, but yeah, you got a
Yeah.
very valid
For
point.
what?
So you're paying 5
Yeah, Opus
technically
11.
Yeah.
to.
Oh, no, I meant like it's not. So how are you playing that? How are you playing it? Because I thought Rampier plays.
Well, that's
You just pay 2 to put it on the field, and then you just play wind and do the thing.
so yeah. So they're gonna. At least Travis is wanting to mess around with playing Wind once Opus 11 drops with Rampier. So it'd still be Lightning, Earth, and I believe Wind.
Guys, I'm sorry. Wholeheartedly off topic, but I found the best suicide deck.
Thief.
You just play
Found a
thief.
thief.
You play thief with no earth or lightning cards, and you just mill yourself out on
Dude, there's a
play.
new
or here's an idea: you can play the new Warrior of Light. Check the new Warrior of Light.
Color.
Wind,
Wind. That's not a color, but I'm down.
right there.
Yeah, this one, when Warrior of Light enters the field during this turn, the next damage dealt to you becomes 0. Pay 0, choose a forward other than Warrior of Light. It gains 2k power until the end of the turn. During this turn, when that forward is put from the field to the break zone, Warrior of Light deals you opponent damage. You can only use this ability once per. That's pretty funny.
Or
Suicide decks are going to be so fun to play as memes.
anyway, point is I think that Rampier is just a really stupid card, and it should not have either been printed or should not have been lightning.
So if we take Rampier out, does that make the deck
I th-
fail, or does
It
it
absolutely
just?
makes it.
I think you
fail.
just change the CP. Just don't let it play infinitely anything.
I think that works too.
Change it to like a 4 or less, 5 or less.
Being
I-
able to play that 9-drop actually just kind of sucks.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so too.
Me and Travis were talking about the other day when we were going to record this podcast. Because that was
I mean,
that was our topic for
You
that podcast
we
as
we
well.
all know the line of play that Rampier has, but like they can kind of do it whenever once they're established. So you never know when it's gonna happen. They can just dirtle around on you
Yeah.
until they decide it's time to do it.
The only way that I beat Travis was exactly what Byron said, is that I had an answer every single time he did something. Every time that he played a Commonaut, I broke it the turn, because I'm playing a Mono Earth deck. Commonaut kills me, just straight up kills me.
Yeah.
So
Combo knots are cool. Combo knots.
So like,
Cosmonaut.
first turn I had I think a 2-drop Prish and a Warrior of Light, a Wool on the board, the 4-drop from Opus 5. And then I had
the busted wool.
Yeah, and then I had a
We all know it's true.
Raubon in my hand, so I'm like, okay. And the Wool just came out, so move to combat, give Wool 2k power, and then I just played the Raubon and killed the Commonaut the turn it came out. It's like, what else do I do?
Yeah.
And that was just it. It was just constant removal back and forth, and I just lucked out because he drew more cards than me.
And see, that's the thing. Like, you literally have to get lucky every single turn, like you did, in order to even have a chance against that deck.
I don't feel like Well, I guess it can be depending on the deck you built, but I don't feel like Final Fantasy is a game where you can just hold cards in your hand until the right time, because you're constantly using your hand as the resource as well as your backups. That like sooner or later you're gonna have to pitch that 1 CP card because you're gonna be off a color or something.
I mean, there's a way to manage it.
Yeah,
you
for
can
sure.
manage
But
it,
I don't
but
think
it's
you
not
can
easy.
last an entire game, or even like a full half of a game with like one single card that you've just been holding on to. Like sooner or later, I feel like that card's gonna have to get pitched.
Yeah, I guess so.
I have been in that situation many times where I'm like, I gotta hold on to this, but at the same time, I have to answer this immediately.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I gotta get rid of this card because it's the only color I have with this.
Yeah.
It's a very challenging game personally, but
Rewarding
It's very rewarding
when you get there. I'm not there yet.
I really need to go through all the sets and like try to make a real deck instead of just
Dude,
kinda
I
just-
actually just made a Mimi Thief mill deck. Like, if I hit Citra Veil 4, I essentially just win at that point because they'll draw it before me.
We'll find out.
All right, now I'm gonna hit 1-drop Thief and then make you mill out.
You play a water deck that draws card. He's
Yeah,
gonna
actually,
take you
just
out.
bounce your dudes back. I bounce your
You're gonna draw
Vikings back
cards,
to your
he's gonna
hand,
bounce
and you're milling yourself for me. Like,
Anyway,
You wish to
We'll
do
see.
it again.
we'll see.
We'll see.
You'll be like Fanfrit and Veilfor, bounce them all back. Cool, dude. Draw some cards. Citra, Veilfor,
We might have to record this match.
You put money on it.
the money match.
All right, bet.
Dude, I'm broke. Heck no. You ain't getting nothing out of me. And not because I don't want to, because I can't.
Going back to topic again, I'm worried about Rampare in the future. But at the same time, I wonder how relevant he's going to remain if there's answers for him in the future sets.
Well,
So like for UFS, we get into this thing where like you get scared of decks, and it's just like I need to have answers for this deck, and I've just gotten to the point where it's just like just dodge them. Just you're gonna get through Swiss and just be like doing Tam's little thing. Dodge them.
Skating around the
you're
enemies.
able to do that in UFS because there's diversity.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so like if 100 people show up to an event, are you expecting 80 of them to be playing this one
I'm
deck?
expecting
Yes.
a good amount of them.
A
playing
handful of people are going to be playing that.
That's fine. Handful of people are going to be playing whatever they want.
80 people will be probably playing that deck.
I mean,
Or some
if you're
version of
actually
that
serious
deck.
about 80 people,
It-
80 out of 100 playing
Not
that deck,
exactly
Listen,
that.
Not exactly.
We're
But I think you guys need a
we're
ban.
all some hardcore gamers here, dude. Obviously, so we're gonna play what wins.
If you're expecting 80 out of 100 people to show up and
Duh.
play that deck, that needs banned.
It's probably not 80. It's probably like 50, 35 for YRP, and then the 15 are just fringe decks.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm hardcore betting this man over here. He's gonna play his water deck. And he's gonna throw Rampire in just for memes.
How am I gonna play it?
You don't have to. It's a Rampire deck at
Cosmos.
that point. You just win.
Cosmos.
Cosmos.
Done.
Yeah.
I can play. What's that 6 CP card that I'm playing?
Mm-hmm.
Garland?
What is that 6
No,
CP
no.
card you're playing? Gilgamesh?
Yeah.
Gilgamesh.
Oh wait, is
Yeah.
it Gilgamesh?
Yeah.
Hey, I was right.
Because
Woo!
he's category 11.
Oh yeah. And then
Yeah.
you just build in your Porums and
Yeah.
Laylas and Vikings. Well, no, it's 2 or less, isn't it? So I guess you get your Porums at least,
Forums
and more Fanfrits
and Knights.
and Knights.
Yeah. So I can actually play it.
You won't.
So I need to play Cosmos.
Bet
and
you
Rampare.
won't. Wait, how are you gonna break it?
Very carefully.
Very careful.
Shoot.
How much is Rampire right now?
Hope everyone has
it's a
Veritas.
common or an
It's-
uncommon.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, that's
really
the worst part. Is that
what are you
it's
talking about? That's the
common.
best part. It'd be one thing if this thing was like a legendary rare or something. It's just
I don't
like,
think it's more than $1.
oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I think we have like a butt ton of them in our collection.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Ah,
I've
shit.
at
I
least
bet
shuffled
that-
through
I
like
bet
5 or
there's
6.
3 in there.
Probably.
I probably read that card at one point, put it there. I was like, nah, this card's sick.
Nice.
This card says play a card for free. I like it.
All right. So, do you guys think that it needs to get banned?
If you're telling me 50% of your 50% of your player base is going to show up with that deck, yes, I think that makes it a problem.
I think James made a valid point. Like, I don't always like seeing cards get banned. I like seeing fixes around the cards, depending. I think if they limit the number to what you can play, I think it'd be a bit more. It'd be a lot more manageable. I just think being able to
is there a
slap
ban list for
Shantoto
this
down
game?
and
There is a ban list.
Yes.
There is ban list? Okay.
Like,
There's only 4 or 5 cards.
That's
We
not bad.
have
Dataluma
Thaumaturge.
Riku.
Donald Riku,
Thaumaturge, and Gesper.
Gesper,
Yeah.
so it's 4.
Yeah.
Ain't bad.
That's our ban list for standard at least.
That's not bad.
It's
Yeah.
a very
Especially for how long especially for like 10 sets in. That's
Yeah.
not bad.
it's a very
Go
case
into
by
11.
case thing, and I appreciate that about the game. But there are very fringe circumstances where it's just so powerful it has to go. And I
50%
think
a lot.
Hey, you guys ever heard of a deck called Cactar Dataluma?
yes, and
Yes.
that was
I think we
very-
talked about
That's
that.
why
I think-
Dataluma's gone.
I think we
Yeah.
talked about this on the first podcast.
Yeah. That's why that card's banned.
Yeah, it's absolutely because it dominated the meta for so long, and that's what I'm worried about for Rampair is that he's gonna run rampant for 3 or 4 sets before they like, yeah, this is a problem.
Was it Opus 9 or 10? Rampair.
Opus 10.
Opus 10. Yeah.
Yeah, we got some issues.
I definitely think that they need to have it on their like watch list if they have a watch list. Or
And we're talking about a watch list in Universes right now too.
Oh.
And we talked about a ban list watch list on White Shorts. This is just the month of bans,
The
boys.
month of bans,
Oh,
guys.
White Shorts
March
had-
March
White
Madness
Shorts, White
ban
Shorts
month.
had JP bans. We just had a ban list for Universes. Man, bans happening everywhere.
I think if it wins most of the big tournaments that are going to be happening, so are your
if they
Crystal,
happen, you know.
I suppose. But the Crystal Cups, and then you need to watch out the Crystal Cups and the L3 opens. And if it seems like majority of the top is just full of Rampair, then I think it needs to go.
Yeah.
50%'s a problem.
Yeah.
30%'s okay. 30%'s a cool number. 30%'s a solid number because it leaves you the possibility of having like a triangle format, which is just 3 solid decks, which is in my opinion, a great format.
And realistically, I think that it might be around that 30 to 50. Because like we'd actually have to like make, get data on it in order for us to like actually know. But
From what I remember at
Are you
Worlds-
volunteering?
From what I
Maybe.
remember at Worlds is that it
Free
was
trips?
Rampair, YRP, and WAF.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, those are
WAF
the
was
three
so
decks,
fun
yeah.
to watch. I loved WAF.
But the problem with that is I think WAF is falling off of favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think YRP is slowly dwindling as well. Not as much, but it is.
It's always gonna be relevant for standard.
But
uh,
I think if Rampair is a problem in Uniriku Pain.
Windwater, yeah. It's Windwater.
Yeah, it's a
you know,
Windwater
Riku
deck.
Pain. It's the girls.
solid. Don't know what that is, but I'll just agree with you.
Just look up 3CP Pain from the starter deck from Opus 1.
That's essentially, yeah.
That's the biggest card in that set. Anyway, in that
Pain?
deck. Yeah, Pain.
Yeah.
From Opus 1?
Yeah.
From Opus 1. It's yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, right? From a starter deck.
Yeah. Here he goes.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
This is just draw a card. It's
Uh,
draw a card ready things.
Yeah, ready
you get to
is
commit them?
cost. You can commit them to play the card, ready them, and then draw a card for net 2 CP.
Yeah.
That's not terrible.
That's really good.
And then you
and it's a-
you play things like Titus in the deck, so you can bounce things around.
Yeah.
Can you,
And you just bounce that and play it again.
retap them to play things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Oh my god. I thought we weren't able. Like if things are active,
It's like free. Like the deck is just free.
Yeah, the deck.
I thought we weren't able to. I thought you could only tap things once a turn.
No.
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 Even if you ready them, you can tap them again.
There's so much.
The only
cool
thing you can't do is double swing with something unless it says it can attack
That's what I'm.
twice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Travis was under
I
that
was
impression for a bit because like that's how Dragon Ball works, and I was like, no, Travis, no. The game would just be really, really weird.
I was like, wind would be just incredible. I was reading a bunch of this, like,
Yeah.
man,
And,
it's terrible that active sucks.
So like
That sounds sick as fuck.
so like that whole deck, like it's just
Man,
free
this game's
because
getting
you
better
play
all the time.
Diabolos, which readies your backups too. After you dole them, you ready them.
Man.
So
Valor 4, 2 CP,
Yeah.
Valor 4.
you play that, you ready stuff.
Man, I can't wait to actually look at cards now.
Yeah.
Like nuts.
Dude. Ooh. It's
Crazy.
yeah, it's just I'm excited to see when the new set comes out, what answers they can make for Rampier and what other decks can contend with it. I guess it's the same thing, but
There seems to be some answers for Rampair, but it doesn't make it play like
Yeah.
like we're not able to.
just tell Rampier no.
Yes, and that's always going to be a problem.
Does that the hit break zone?
It has to hit break
Okay.
zone, so that's why
There's
I played that
some-
5 CP Yuna.
Yeah.
Oh, we just play Yuna in our decks. We got him.
And that's just it's just really annoying. I think it is a problem, and that's basically it. That being said, I think we've talked about Rampair for quite a while. Let's
Yeah.
move on to the next topic, which is the starter decks.
Birthing pod.
Birthing Bod Cloud.
Kachu.
And
I
that's
make
all we need to
babies.
talk about. Have a good day.
Right?
everyone.
And that's the discussion. So,
I don't know anything about this either.
all right, guys,
Yeah.
here we go.
The
Byron,
podcast of me learning.
you're up first. Explain to James over here
What a
what
birthing
birthing
pod
pod
is.
cloud is.
I don't even know.
Aw,
like
dang
I
it.
didn't know the birthing pod term, and I didn't know that it came from Magic, and I didn't know what it did.
So
not me.
Birthing
Aaron's got
Pod
it.
Cloud is so Birthing Pod was a card that said choose a permanent, get rid of it, and play a permanent of 1 cost higher.
Oh, that's sick. Okay.
Birthing Pod
Seems
Cloud
really good.
says choose a Final Fantasy 7 forward and then play a forward any forward of cost 1 higher
Oh,
So, like, for
that
instance,
seems like a problem.
the chain that Travis
on
made,
a body.
Yeah. The chain that Travis made was like play Aerith, net 2 cards back because Aerith says when the new light Aerith says when she's played, you get to add 2 Final Fantasy characters from your break zone to your hand. So she's essentially a free 4 CP.
She's like
Uh,
free draw-
You'll
+2.
break her to play. Oh God.
What?
What's oh, break her to play Barrett.
Yep.
Break Barrett to play Veritas is 6, right?
There's a 6.
Play Veritas.
Veritas
Break
is
Veritas
nuts.
to play Minerva. Break Minerva to play.
You can't break
Sephiroth.
Veritas with the Cloud.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can't. Sorry. What is he? What's 6 then that he would break for?
Probably Genesis Avatar. Which
It
doesn't
was
have-
Genesis. Yeah. So you
Makes sense.
you play Genesis, break Genesis, play Minerva, break Minerva, play 8 CP Sephiroth.
It's 7 CP Sephiroth. He's only 7.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Is he 7?
He is 7.
I thought there was
is-
an 8 CP one.
Sephiroth, yeah, he's dark.
That's the
Yeah,
Dark
that's-
Sephiroth.
that's
That's,
the
the
one
one
he's-
that breaks a back
Yeah.
up.
You
Oh,
break Minerva to play that. That's what the chain would be up to the very top.
Well, why would you do that instead of playing the Ice Sephiroth?
Because you don't have the Ice Sephiroth. that's Travis's legit reason. He's like, I don't have it. We play this chain. So until we get that one,
And that's the reason we were playing something else that wasn't the Sephiroth I'm having.
yeah.
It's because we didn't have the good 7-drop Ice Sephiroth.
Yeah. So Cloud, that's probably like the most important.
So
card
what's the
that
cost
came
on that?
out.
How does that
Cloud
work?
just says tap him.
So
Yeah,
like once
and
a
it's-
turn you can upgrade something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least
That's
once a turn. If you can activate him, it's more than that.
And he's 2 CP.
And he's
If you have a
2CP,
Jesse out, he's 1 CP.
and he's a body.
Yeah, and he's body. Isn't there?
Game
Um,
nuts. I'm learning.
There's also a card that says that you can sack a character to play another character of the same name. So you can sack your
Ah,
2-drop Cloud to play like
Generation
5
shit?
Cloud Cloud. Yeah.
You got a
Yeah,
generation
Magic
shit
Pot.
too?
Magic Pot does it. Magic Pot will sack the Birthing Pod Cloud to play 5 CP Cloud and then ping something for however much damage +3. I'm like, nice.
Dude, we have a generation shift in this game. That's sick.
Yeah. So yeah, so starter decks. We ended up having a starter deck tournament. Actually, were you there?
I was not.
Okay.
Were you there?
I was there.
Good, because I wasn't. I got there
Unfortunately,
You
late.
got the
was
pod?
there.
You got the pod?
Yeah, I got him. But like,
Nice.
so the 2 decks were the Earth and Fire, which had the Cloud, and then the other deck was the Ice and Lightning.
What comes in the ice?
It's crap.
It's Sephiroth.
It's it says like the new
Like-
Lightning Sephiroth.
Like the only cool thing he has is his theme song, essentially at that point.
Yeah, I don't know what the ice stuff was.
But
It wasn't very many.
it's
good
not
stuff.
it's not any good. Like the best card I think is the Dawn What's his Don?
You have to click next page.
Don something. But like I think, and it's a 2 CP.
Are we talking about the Don?
Yeah,
like
the Don.
the Don.
Yeah.
Don Corneo.
Yeah.
Ah,
that guy.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the
That
Kate
card
Sith
seems-
came out of there. That Kate
Yeah.
Sith is good though.
It's okay because I mean it lets you see your opponent's hands.
It
So, like it
removes
gives you
a
information.
card though, so they
Yeah,
can't
but they
add
draw
it
it
back.
back.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's if they draw the card, then it was worthless.
The
But I
best-
think removing an option, like removing an Aerith out of their hand, is really good.
Yeah, and like to me the best part of that is you get to see your opponent's hand.
Yeah.
So
in a
you get
discard deck,
knowledge.
it's actually not too terrible.
No.
And he's only 2 CP. Like,
Yeah. Like I think it's good to
I think
play.
Don Canero's nuts.
Yeah.
What's this
that
dude
card
do?
like that's
So
probably
would
the
that
best.
trigger? So like, man, that's such a tough thing. Would opponent's effects trigger for you, or do they trigger for your opponent? So like, I'm saying like, if I took your Viking,
yeah.
do you get to draw or do I get to draw?
So
He gets to draw.
it-
He gets to draw.
yeah, I would
Okay.
get to draw because like I
That's
had
fine.
an interaction in one
That
of
was
my
just one of the
games.
thoughts I had immediately. Was
Yeah.
like, if I blew things up, do I get their effects?
Yeah, because there's the new light card Kadaj.
Kadash. Dark
Kadash.
card.
Kadash.
Yeah, so like one of the interactions was that I was gonna play the Dawn card and then I was gonna take his Kadaj and I wanted to know if I removed it and then it came back on board, if it would come to my board or my opponent's board. Because
Opponent's board.
yeah,
What was the opponent's board?
yeah. So like exactly. So like
It loses it. I'm pretty sure. When
Yeah,
it,
so
when
just
it
go
hits the
back
new
to-
zone, it loses.
Yeah.
Its thing.
so
Yeah.
like I thought it would have been cool if it came to your field, just because but
Probably refresh state.
yeah. So that was just like an interesting ruling that we
That's
had
cool.
about it.
That was like the first thing I thought was like that. I still think that's nuts. That's super nuts. You have like a shit ton of cards in deck. Pitch 15 to take over something for game. Like sounds cool as fuck. Like
I think that 3-drop Vincent they put in is really cool too.
Yeah.
3-drop Vince is really
That
good.
card
I was
nuts.
I was talking to Eric or Aaron. God, too many names just on the same.
Travis.
Aaron about it.
Oh.
We got it. And I thought, I mean, obviously, Birthing Pod Cloud is probably the better card in both the decks, but I think Vincent and/or Aerith are like tied for second because this Vincent, if you just play a bunch of Vincents because you can, because there's so many of them, doesn't lose his ability on damage 5 at the end of the turn.
It
He just
just
keeps
stacks.
stacking.
Stacks. It's
We,
so dumb.
we should talk in at least just in case people don't know. You want to read it, James?
I saw that, so yeah, I'll read it.
He's like, wow.
Death Gigas is a special. Until the end of the turn, Vincent gains 1,000 power first strike, and when Vincent attacks, choose one duel forward of cost 4 or less and break it.
Until the end of the turn.
And then we'll get to the other one. Damage 5, Chaos special. Vincent gains 3,000 power first strike, and when Vincent attacks, choose one character and break it. This effect does not end at the end of the turn.
Yeah, so the more you stack
Oh.
that, every time he swings, he pops 3 characters. Because it doesn't end.
So that's so cool. Man,
So,
that
like-
makes you have to, and like he keeps 3,000 power too.
Yeah.
So he just keeps getting bigger.
and he's got first strike, so he just can't be blocked. Like, you have to just hard remove him with, like,
Yeah,
an
you got-
Odin or something. Like,
And you need some like protection spells.
yeah.
Get some.
You
some
play, like,
protection
Lael
summons.
to protect him.
Lael,
so their
maybe
summons
play
don't
him
do
in
anything.
wind
Choo-choo
Earth.
Be a meme and play a cockatrice.
You can do that.
Yup.
Choo Choo Lane does stuff too, right? Negates abilities.
Only blanks abilities,
Yeah.
and that doesn't
Doesn't
off
stop
the
on
stack.
plays.
Yeah, once it's already there, it's there.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop on plays. Cool. That's cool though.
Yeah, like, that Vincent, spice. And I thought the, Opus 9 pre-release? Like, the Vincent for that one? Was it 9?
Oh, the
The on-play break a backup?
yes
To
that,
do something?
That's a really good Vincent too, but that Vincent
That one's just
blows
so
it
much
up
better.
a lot. Yeah.
That Vincent just kind of like, bye, son. Waves at him.
Yeah. So there's a lot of cool cards that came out, but definitely the Earth Fire.
Yeah, it seems like Cloud was just the better pick.
Yeah, it was totally the much better pick.
Weren't there more Clouds being played too?
No, there
was
was
more
less.
There was
Sephiroth.
more
So like I think
Sephiroths.
there was
This-
13.
Hey, do you have any of this?
It
This
was
card's really nuts, and I want it.
9-6 or something like that.
Yeah, so there's like 15 players.
Yeah.
15 players, and 9 out of the 15 players played the Ice Lightning deck, and then 5 played
This card's nuts.
or 6, I guess.
Sorry, we're looking at Chaos, the one drop.
One drop Dark
Oh,
Chaos
yeah.
backup.
Just pay X, pick up something, and play it from your break zone.
And then if you want to get
and
rid of
then
them, you
pay
just
3
pay
tap,
3 tap and remove
and
something.
remove anything.
I mean, it's pretty funny. Stop giving me some memes, dude.
It
Black
se-
Ice is coming.
That seems actually really good. Like not even like jokey. Just that's a cool card I can't really deal with. I'll stall for a turn. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's
Like I need an out right now. Get rid of it. Does it say forward or is it just?
It's a character.
So what does Rampier say?
I guess if they don't, you get him. I mean, you can get him out early, and if they
You have your counter. They
play Rampier, bye bye.
And they don't go. They don't immediately go off. Just go. Bye.
If they draw another one, then we gotta remove it another way.
I mean, it's just pay 3 tap.
Yeah, it is.
So
That's
you
fair.
get to do it again.
You just pitch cards out of hand.
You do it again.
Oh, my phone's dying. That's not good. This is like our secondary.
We found the counter to Rampier, guys.
right. We got it, guys. We all build
One
chaos
drop,
decks.
1 drop chaos.
Why 2 drop chaos when 1 drop chaos just removes? Actually, that's not terrible if he stays on board.
Pretty good.
And it's a backup.
I'll pay 3 to remove.
It's
the
just like
dude
a
you
color.
like, oh, you spent a butt ton to play Veritas. Cool. Pay 3.
Colorless backup, dude.
Can we actually? You can't use him for CP though, can you? If he's a backup.
You can.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah.
You just have to have the 1 color, right?
You just
Get
dark
that-
CP.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. You just have
That's
to.
what I needed. I was really confused for a second.
Because I said colorless.
Yeah, I was like, hold on.
I'm just saying colorless because they don't have values. They don't have like real values.
I mean,
They do
Well,
add-
like for most of the things,
they have
you
monetary value.
need. Just
Anyway.
most of the values you need colors.
we keep getting sidetracked in this one.
It's fine. Sidetracks
That's
are
fine.
cool.
It's just
Sidetracks are good for videos.
yes. Anyway,
You were saying there were a lot of Sephiroths though.
Yeah, I think like the split was 9-5 or 9-6, so there's like 9.
Was
of
it?
the
Was it because of
Sephiroth.
that 3 CP Lightning Sephiroth? Because I feel like that was half the reason people probably picked that deck.
Probably, and I don't know. I like ice, and I just wanted to play that.
This guy.
And I also talked to one of the players, and they said the ice lightning deck was probably gonna be better, but it was not.
But it was not because that cloud's busted.
Yep.
Well, like, I guess I read the 3 CP Sephiroth because I wasn't there for the Star Deck tournament, so I didn't really actually like get to look through all the cards. But just then we did until my phone decided to go to 5%. Swinging and doling everything on swing is super cool, but if you don't have enough cards in break zone, you just lose the card.
yeah, that's the thing that I was.
They just
thinking.
miss dragon you.
Right.
The card's useless.
And that's what I was thinking is that the Sephiroth is better on paper, but the Cloud is better on actual practice.
Yeah.
I think the only way you get the Sephiroth to work is obviously with ice and lightning, because after you dull everything, you just freeze it all in some form or fashion, and you're fine. You don't have to worry about dull freeze. You just have to worry about freeze.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about ice to know any cards that can just freeze a butt ton, depending on the amount of cards they have out there. But Aaron's got the smile on his face. So Aaron, what card can just freeze a butt ton?
6 CP Archangel.
All right, there we go. 6 CP Archangel. Pay 3. Next turn, pay 6. After you swing. Got him. Easy.
It's not good.
You got Joe in the bot that can.
Oh, wait, that Archangel is...
Yeah.
That guy requires you to attack with him, though, doesn't he?
I don't know.
We need to know this. Oh, boy. Now it's time for the lookup. This is bad. Oh, do you have one?
I play a bunch of things in my deck.
Art.
We got Shiva, the 4-drop from a Opus 8. Choose 3 forwards and freeze them.
Oh, no. It's when he enters
Dolan.
field. We're good. Okay.
I thought so.
Sure you did. Lie to me like that. Tisk, tisk.
Anyway. Yeah, I think that Sephiroth has a place. I'm just not sure if that place is in the starter deck.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he can actually beat the Birthing Pod Cloud. I think Birthing Pod Cloud is just absolutely nuts, and I think that is going to...
It sounds nice.
Especially with the new Opus 11 Tifa. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. What's the Tifa do? Guys, please remind me.
Do you want Tam?
Tam. Oh, yeah.
Tifa.
Tifa from
Opus 11.
If you control a card named Cloud, the cost of the Tifa on the field is reduced by 1.
11, the middle one.
Yeah. All right. Right there. Oh, so
The category 7 forward other than Tifa you control gain 2,000 in Brave. Damage 3, Tifa gains the category 7 forwards. Oh, Tifa gains the category 7 forwards you control cannot be broken by opposing summons or abilities that don't deal damage.
Yeah, she's busted.
Oh,
Battle reduction.
so Famfrit just got thrown out the window.
Yeah, Fanford can't do anything against Birthing by Cloud.
I'm coming for you.
Well, actually, no.
Yep.
Fanfrit can do something against breaking the cloud because it's put into the break zone, not breaking it.
Can't be
Yes.
broken by opposing someone's abilities. Yep.
And also, it's you doing it, not me.
Yeah, it selects.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
So that's
Mm.
it gets around so many things. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, it
that's
gets
why
around
it's so good.
Usaganashi. Sucks, dude.
everything.
That's why Black Tortoise Gilgamesh is
So we're sitting here complaining about Rampier, but we're not going to complain about Fanfrit then, because like,
it's okay.
But so me and Travis and I think a couple other guys were talking about that in order for them to make the 2-star decks a little bit more fair, if they would have included 7 CP Sephiroth.
we all know we
Yeah.
just want more 7 CP Sephiroths regardless, because that card's pricey, but like,
Yeah, but like it would have been a good reprint to have in the set.
Yeah,
in the
that's
starter
fair.
deck.
I mean, it's not the first time that they've reprinted pricey cards. I mean,
Yeah.
Diabolos, Genesis,
Cecil.
Cecil, Y'shtola,
5-drop.
Yeah, 5-drop Cecil.
Y'shtola. You know, they've reprinted 4 of the most valuable cards of the game
Mm-hmm.
and made them easily accessible.
So I think if they would have just put that in there, like people would have been a little bit. I would have been more happy.
A lot of people would have been more happy, actually,
Yeah.
I think. Unless you're one of those guys that has like 5 playsets of that Sephiroth, and at that point, I don't know why you have 5 playsets of that Sephiroth, but
Favorite
So
character.
next-
He's waiting to cash in when it gets even more expensive.
right,
Exactly.
He's waiting
they'll
for that
never reprint the card.
Wrong game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wrong game.
3 CP Fire Barret.
It's all right.
I honestly don't remember what it does.
Isn't it on entry ping something? Am I right, or am I missing something here?
I think you might be thinking of Zach.
I know Zach on entry pings for 4.
Oh, and it had Zach in it. Like
Yeah.
that deck
Oh,
was
yeah.
just even better.
Oh yeah, it had Zach.
Why
in
try
it. I
farming
forgot
for
about
Zachs
that.
when you just buy the starter deck?
Exactly.
Hey, can you look up what 3 CP Fire Barret? Yeah, that one.
EX burst when Barret enters the field. Choose one forward. The opponent controls. Deal it 1,000 damage for each Category 7 character you control. If Barret results from an EX burst, it deal it 2,000 damage for each.
So then
Category 7
you
character
you
control.
could potentially Zach ping for 4, Barret ping for 2, right? Deals 2 for each Category 7. If it's just those 2,
On
so
EX,
you're
though, on
pinging
EX.
some.
On EX burn for 2.
Yeah. It's
Well,
on
if
the-
Zach's on the field, it's 1 each. So Zach pings for 4, and then Barret pings for 4. So that's pinging for 8. You can off of 7 CP. It's a little weird, but you get 2 bodies on the field in the process.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
I'm not saying it's super good, but
It's actually
Yeah, I
pretty
mean-
good.
Yeah. But yeah, that deck just that starter deck just had so many good cards in it.
Cloud's unfair. But that's because he's the hero.
The only thing, like, it is somewhat unfair, but I think that you have to wait a turn to use it. So, like, if you play haste, like, if you give it haste, then it's better.
Which you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
You just play Red Mage.
True.
You have
If
to.
you want to, theoretically.
You have to give it haste and or waste a turn, and it's also a 2 CP 5K body. So that's really easy to get rid of.
Yeah.
1 CP. You're playing Jesse. It's more likely 1 CP.
Well, 1 CP 5K body. Either way, it's a 5 key body.
Yeah. There's a lot
It's
of stuff
super
that's
easy to
gonna get
kill,
rid
but
of it.
I think the problem is because it's so cheap, it almost isn't worth it sometimes. Because then your opponent can just grab another one. Like, they just play Aerith and pick it up again if they need to.
But like the thing about it is though, if you leave it on field, you're just gonna lose.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you have to get it off field, but like, there's so many ways to just get the card back. Like, you could play Soldier Zac that just grabs a cloud. You have Aerith that grabs the cloud. You can sack a cloud to grab the cloud. You don't need to, but you can with Magic Pot. Like,
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's gonna be really good. I don't know if it's gonna be like Rampare per se.
probably not. I don't know. It just depends on the chain you play. Like, I think the 7 CP Sephiroth will make that deck just.
We're talking about the cloud right again. The
Yeah,
cloud
the-
again, right? Okay.
Yeah, the cloud.
I think that card becomes a problem if they're able to protect it.
Yeah.
Like with that.
If
with
it stays
Tifa.
on board for too
with
long,
that
it's-
Tifa, yeah, like with that Tifa, it could be pretty dangerous.
With that Tifa, I think it's going to be a tier 1 deck. But that being said, I think Rampire's a tier 0 deck.
Yep.
So
100% agree.
But as long as they play Chaos,
They're fine.
they're fine.
You're right.
Birthing
Even though
Pod
you're playing-
Cloud with Light Aerith and Black Chaos, Dark Chaos, sorry. You're in there. And that Tifa. Ain't touching
got
nothing,
it.
dude.
You got it.
You got a Rampier? Tap 3. No, you
See,
don't.
I'm on this podcast. I don't even know what's going on. I've been on this podcast for an hour, and I solved your Rampire problem.
Chaos.
with a dark and a light card in your deck. Good job, guys.
Yo. Yeah. I'm down. What are we gonna do? Draw Chaos and Aerith on the same turn?
Yes.
Knowing your luck, yes.
Shut up. Listen, that deck is like 13 light cards, and I told Travis when he built that deck, I thought the deck looked cool on paper, but I was like, dude, I'm drawing all the light cards, and he was like, no way, and he did test hands and kept not drawing light cards. He drew like 2 light cards, and the rest were all whatever color he needed, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Let me do it.
Yeah, but
light cards, light cards, light cards. I was like, I can't play the deck, Travis.
Travis is little kid luck.
He does.
Like he's the little kid luck.
Travis is a sack.
I did not know he was in college, by the way.
He is.
Exactly.
He's 12, but he's just in college.
Yeah, dude.
He has the little kid luck that Jake has.
I thought he got rid of that when he
When he won UK
when,
Nets.
when he yeah, right.
when Mark Tyner started playing UFS, he absorbed all of his little kid luck.
Right.
Mark Tyner's
Pass it down to the next
Mark Tyner's
gen.
the black hole of luck. Just takes it all.
But yeah, I like the starter decks. I think they're super cool. I did end up purchasing one because like there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
It's a 2-player.
If I
You
wasn't
want to
broke,
play
I
with your
would.
friend? You buy one. You play Cloud, so you obviously seem better, and your friend plays Sephiroth, so he thinks that you're really good. Then he'll come to you for advice. I don't know. We can't go from there. He'll just come to you for advice, dude. You'll just be like, play Birthing Pod Cloud? I don't know. Like, get good.
Play Rapier.
Play Rampere. Play 7-drop Sephiroth.
Like, just play Chaos.
Oh, boy. That'd be pretty funny. You're thinking about it. Chaos. Dude, I'm telling you. Chaos.
The answer.
He made it.
You wanted
Chaos
the
got
answer.
it.
You wanted
They
the
play
answer.
Veritas. We chaos it. They play Kane. We chaos it. Oh, wait. They're going to play Shantoto and get rid of our chaos. On the stack, we chaos.
Yeah.
Got him.
Yeah, Grosh and a lightning, fire, and I'm sorry, an earth lightning, light dark deck. Play Yagrosh,
Oh, man. Protect it.
protect it. Anyway, I think that's good enough for now.
Yeah.
I think we've gone through
That covers our main topics. I mean, anybody else got any fun things to throw in there? Because like, there's a lot of fun things you can throw in
I
there.
already solved your Rapier problem. I'm out of it. for
I'm out of
now.
ideas.
Got
I've done
it.
my job. What about you, Byron? Any cool ideas?
No.
Like some Black Ice decks?
I do want to play Black Eyes.
Dude, like I said, I want that Chaos. I'm going to put that Chaos in my deck.
All
think
you
it's
gotta
really
do to
cool.
fix your hand
I
is
actually
play
think-
Reagan.
I think that card's really cool.
I do like Reagan a lot because you just get to spend all your dark cards that you draw and just kill stuff.
And kill stuff.
So I think
Dude,
that card's really
you can
good.
play Chaos, you can play Reagan, and you can go even further and play Emperor Gestalt to free play Reagan and kill something when he comes in. When Emperor comes in. I'm down. Now the problem is, what ice cards do we play? Obviously, we're going to freeze their board. So we play 6 CP Archangel.
All right, I need you to go build a deck then.
Like, you got me hooked, dude. I'm down.
All about the 6 CP.
We just make it all about Shivas at that point. Dol. 6 CP Archangel. Any
Hey,
responses?
I heard Shiva.
Right.
I'm down.
Oh, yeah, we got to get your ice deck rolling, man.
Yeah. I'm probably going to have to stop playing Shiva as an engine.
I don't think the Shiva's in... I mean,
Well,
what do you guys
I'm
think of the
playing
Shiva?
like 15 Shivas.
That's probably too many.
No.
Anyway, that's our show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Have a
Thank
good.
you guys for checking out the show.
Hope you enjoyed it. Your
Thanks.
turn. You get one word. God.
I'm a simple man.
Simple man.
I don't believe that. Simple-minded.
Post show.
Rude.
Huh?
You guys got to kill the show faster.
Yeah.
And better.
And better. Yeah, that one was rough.
Probably.
I blame James.
I didn't know what our time was at.
And
oh,
myself.
I see now.
I'm a good one to blame. I'm a good one to blame.
Give me 15 more minutes. What's the next topic you can do?
What's an extra topic?
How about Opus 11?
Opus 11? Dude, my phone's about to die, but I'm down to attempt it. Let's do it.
I haven't.
I
looked at
already
one.
know what
I've
I
looked
wanna
at
talk
only a
about.
couple cards. Chaos
I saw Edge and my Ninja Boner went ping!
So there's 2 cards that I think are going to be absolutely nuts in Opus 11. Well, 3 cards. Tifa. We already talked about Tifa.
Talk about it
Orphan.
again. Just kidding.
Orphan.
Orphan of Cost?
Orphan. It costs 5.
All right, that was good. I'll give you credit there. Try to make a Bloodborne reference, but then you just put it right back on the
I
right
never played
topic.
Orphan. I never played Bloodborne. So, anyway,
You degenerate.
Orphan says when it enters the field or enters attack phase, combat phase, put a doom counter on 2 forwards.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now I know.
And then when
Yep.
the doom counters reach 3, break them.
Break them.
Get
So
outta
you,
here.
so you play the Orphan, you flicker the Orphan with Renoa, and then you play. Then when it comes back on, you do 2 more, and then you enter combat phase, do 2 more. Out of a board now. Congratulations.
Well, you can flicker with Une.
You can flicker with Une too, yeah. You can flicker with Time Mage.
Oh no,
What cards work with light stuff?
they built a counter to Seacard, dude, or whatever his name is.
Oh yeah,
Sigurd?
Kukaspell.
Yeah.
I love Kukaspell. It counters Minwu as well.
Yeah.
All right, I have to look it up now because I don't remember all the other cards that came out.
Black Mage Soldier.
Black Mage Soldier is not very good.
All right, well, I guess I'm not looking at it then. Oh yeah, that's right. They made another Dataluma.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that fire.
He just suicide decks are looking good. Deals me a point of damage. On damage 3, he gains brave and cannot become dull by opponent summons their abilities. He's a 2-drop 8k swinger.
And
with
there's a new
brave.
Sabin that deals you a point right there. You'll like that Sabin.
Ooh, I like this art. Pay 0 until the end of the turn. Sabin gains plus 2k power for strike and brave. Deals you a point of damage. You can only use this ability during your turn only once per turn. Damage 5. When he attacks, you choose an opponent's forward. They control break it, and he deals me a point of damage. Dude, what is up with suicide decks? I am down. My opponent will never touch me. I will keep touching my... Oh, no, that sounds wrong.
What summons are 3 or less in lightning?
In Lightning, there's Cyclops. There's
They're really good. They're really good.
Rama.
He immediately shut down Cyclops.
I've never heard anybody say Cyclops. I've heard Rama once or twice. I've seen Rama once or twice.
Rama-
I'm just looking at Man in Black. Just says after you play, just cast a cost 3 or less from your discard pile for free.
Yeah, definitely Rama.
Seems like a good card.
Red Cap?
Yeah, Red Cap's alright.
Oh, Red Cap's pretty cool.
Did you guys say Kus Chaspel?
Kukaspell.
Oh,
yeah.
that's...
How do you say it?
Kukaspell.
Kukaspel.
Kuchapel.
That card's I actually like that a lot for fire because it helps like get rid of some of your problems.
You try to ping that C card, and you're just like, nah, dude. Your pings aren't enough.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that card's gonna be really helpful for fire.
I wish it wasn't a backup
Why so?
because you're tapping it and now you can't use it for CP.
What if it just had a 0 cost?
Hold on. Am I reading this red cap right? Discard, pay a fire, discard red cap, remove a backup from the game. It doesn't specify yours, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to.
It
right?
has to be yours. To pay
Okay.
cost, it has to be yours.
Okay, because I was like, man, if it's just remove your opponent's backup and then ping something for 7, be pretty funny.
There was a marsh that said duel something and deal a damage equal to the duel forward's power.
You just stole that forward and then kill it?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And that was the day I learned that you can't do that.
This Cindy seems nuts.
Cindy's really good.
This Cindy seems real.
What's
nuts.
she do?
She on play searches for 2 category 15 cards, adds them to her hand, and then she can tap herself to give a category 15 brave or give it 3,000 power.
She's a new waifu.
She's a road trip boy's waifu. Hey, there's a 1-drop Shiva.
I saw that. I think it's okay. It's a 1-drop, and the 1-drops usually aren't there.
The new Sephiroth.
Not terrible on the experts.
New Sephiroth is really good.
Yeah, I think that one.
Which one?
Is, the Sephiroth. You can only play Sephiroth if either player has received 4 points of damage or more. When Sephiroth enters the field, choose 1 character, break it, and then its special is Octaslash. Is choose up to 1 forward, up to 1 backup, and up to 1 monster. Remove them from the game. You can only use this ability if each player has received 5 points of damage or more.
But with that card, you're gonna bounce back, or they're going to take damage or whatever. And then one of my other favorites is the new
Rydia?
No, so Rydia promo was a preview of
Oh,
11.
okay.
And then the other one that really gets me excited is Ritz. She's a wind card. And what she says is that if you control a category FFTA forward.
Ritz is lightning, isn't she?
No, she's wind.
Oh, okay.
You control an FFTA forward, not TA2. She gains haste and 1k power. And then If she attacks, you activate 3 backups, and then on damage 3, she can't be blocked.
Interesting.
Damage 3, she can't be blocked. That is so good.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Dell, but without
This
like.
Aerith seems
Without
pretty
the having
cool
to
too.
pay.
Yeah.
If you just play an Alua, Ritz.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
This light Aerith seems really good too.
The
Yeah,
one that we
that's-
the,
yeah.
the one from the starter deck.
This is essentially just cost 0.
Yeah, just pick up for free.
Quick question with Princess Sarah, because I want to get this down. If I flicker her with any card, does she lose her ability on play? So she can't be just 2 elements if I flicker her back in.
She cannot be 2 elements.
Okay, she only stays as 1. Okay, that's what I need to know.
But the thing is that it's gonna be hard to flicker her because she's a backup.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey,
Yeah.
all forwards of the same element as her gain 10k for the turn.
You have to
Or
tap her for it.
1k. I keep saying 10. Oh my god.
Stop playing
1k.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that's exactly why. Gain 1k for the turn. You know what that means?
No.
She's just a cheaper Maria.
Use the
At the
tap-
cost of a tap, though.
use the
Yeah,
tapper.
but like at that point doesn't
But
really
chaos though.
matter. But chaos.
Chaos looks good.
Oh, you were talking about 4 drops that throw. Okay. Oh, there's a new red 13.
Yeah, but new Red 13 is also really powerful. That's also part of what one.
Oh, you don't need Yuna or Luffy for this red 13 to
Luffy.
work. Luffy, Yuffie. Man, it's
Monkey
getting to be
D.
that
Yuffie.
time. Monkey D. Yuffie. I'm gonna be king of the ninjas. We went through Kate Sith. I like Kate Sith a lot. What else? Azul? What does Azul do?
Azul is the new Dataluma.
Ah,
Oh yeah.
Stupid.
it's stupid. Bro, it's busted. I need to look at the lightning cards because I actually want to start branching into lightning a lot more. Kuja.
Aranea. We'll get Aranea.
Let me look at Kuja first because it looks cool.
Okay.
He enters the field. I get to choose a forward to cost 3 or less the opponent controls and break it. Kuja deals me a point of damage. We're killing ourselves. I'm down. Oh, he's got Thundaga, guys. It's over. That's a lot. Choose 2 forwards the opponent controls. Deal them 2k damage. Then deal 5k to all of the damage forwards the opponent controls. And damaging only counts if you ping it, not if you lower its power, right?
Correct.
But lightning likes the lower power more, doesn't it? I guess it's a
It's
mix.
half and half.
Yeah.
But read Aranea.
All right. where
She's
is-
up right there.
First strike. All right, I like the card already. For each forward other than RNA you control, she gains a K in power. All right. She only costs 4, so you just play her whenever and then play a bunch of low dudes. I'm down. Damage 3. When she enters the field, choose a lightning forward to cost 2 or less in your break zone. Play. Oh, so she just boosts herself. Okay. Damage 6. RNA gains the forward you control gain haste. Hold on. So you're okay. So at damage 6, for instance, does she get the damage 3 and damage 6?
Yes.
Suicide decks are looking fun.
Now one more card. We'll get Glauca.
Gadgeteer. No, I'm just kidding. Glauca. The cost to play your lightning forwards on the field is reduced by what? This is a 2 CP forward.
Yeah.
When Glauca or a forward enters your field, choose 1 forward and it gains 1k until the end of. So you just choose this card and give it 1k just cause.
Yeah.
What the heck? So hold on.
Your Lua costs 2. Your Aranea costs 3.
So you can play her at damage 3 and then just build in Glauca and everybody costs less.
Yes.
Ooh, lightning's looking nice.
Your Lua costs 2.
Alua costs 2.
Have we
Your
talked
Lua
about
costs 2.
That's not busted at all.
Your Kane, after you break a forward, a backup, costs 2.
That's actually disgusting. Yeah, dude, let's do it. I'm down. So, guys, who wants to build a lightning deck with me?
what's
Me.
Man
have we
in
talked
Black.
about Dandrine yet? This little monster dude. This one's pretty cool.
Read them.
When
Ice.
an ice character other than Dandrine enters the field, place 1 monster counter on him. If he as a thing, you can just put him in the break zone to choose a forward and dole it, or you can choose 2 forwards and you can put him into the break zone and then choose 2 forwards and dole and freeze them if he has 3 or more counters on him.
I like that skeleton.
The
It's kind of
skeleton
funny.
does kind of the same thing, yeah.
Mandragora and Earth. Check that out.
He can do that. My phone's dying.
Get there.
I'm at 3%. Hey, there we go.
Oh yeah, Reno, Rude, and
You control a card named Rufus. Card gains 3k power. If you control a job member of the Turks, is that the full job name? Jesus.
yes.
Other than Rude, Rune Gade's first strike. Nice. So
This Mandragora's nuts.
Yeah.
this dude becomes a 9k or 10k first striker if you have a Rufus out.
Yeah, and then Reno is pretty much the same thing, but
Yeah, they just rely on Rufus. What is Rufus is a Turk, right?
Rufus
Or
is
is
a
he?
President Shinra.
I got your
Okay.
meme deck you have to build. Monk.
Oh yeah, that's the plan with
yeah,
Rydia
Ursula looks
especially,
really good.
because you can yang Ursula with Rydia and
Okay,
they
so
gain Brave.
this Mandragora, it's every time you play an Earth character, it gets the one monster counter. You can just put in the break zone to choose one backup of cost 5 or more and break it, or if he has 3 counters, break a backup.
Yeah,
Just-
and he-
I kind of like
Bop.
I like the counter mechanic they added in.
I love the counter mechanic. I think it's a bit too slow, depending on the deck.
I think it is depending. I think what you do is you start it early, because like Skeleton's a 1-drop, so probably like turn 2, because you'll play backups and then you'll just tap a backup and play Skeleton. You start the counter, and you just rack it up until you need to shoot something that they play.
I agree.
Like you could play more Skeletons on top of that, right? Skeleton's not a.
I believe it's a multi-card.
If he's a multi-card,
It's
yeah.
multi-card.
So you just play more Skeletons and you rack up more skeleton or monsters aren't characters, are they?
Monsters are characters.
Yeah. So you literally just play 2 more Skeletons. You got 2 more counters,
Yep,
and you
just
get
have to play
another one
one.
on the one you played if you play 2 more.
So
Yes.
it gets ones for not itself.
Oh, not itself.
Not
But it's not card name skeleton, so it still gains from
Yep.
other skeletons.
Yeah.
So if you play other ones, it will. but,
Yeah.
like,
So
not on
you
itself.
play one, hypothetically speaking, because you almost always don't see all 3 in your hand, but you play one, nothing happens. You play another one, that one gains the counter. You play another one, the other 2 gain counters. It's not terrible.
Stop.
I mean, obviously it's slow working, but
Yeah.
you just play Rampir. You get to control the game.
You can go off
Yeah.
unless they have chaos.
Byron, your brain looks like it's about to explode. What you looking at?
No, I'm just thinking about the monsters that you guys were talking about. I just think it's too slow, like Aaron was saying. I don't know.
I think the Mandragora is probably the best
I think
one.
Mandragora is nuts. Actually,
me-
so like I think Skeleton's really good too. Man, I actually think all 3 are good conditionally. Mandragora being the best one.
Hey, in
like,
all
Dan-
fairness,
Dandrin just freezes the board.
you could give your skeleton 3 dudes by playing a Rampir, and then blowing it up for Kane, and then playing some lightning 11 cost just cause, and your skeleton's active. And then you get to pop a whole bunch of stuff off the board.
And it does just say characters. So like if you play backups, it gets the thing.
Yep.
So like you don't have to actually even play any forwards.
Even if you play summon, no, I'm just kidding. Summons are characters. Silly rabbit. Tricks
Like-
are for kids.
it's not terribly slow because most decks are going to try and build 3 anyways.
It's not slow. It's just what the 1 for 1 for 1 is slow, but
Yeah, don't do that.
there's
no reason to
playing,
just build backups.
Play it and then play it normally. Play the game normally. You'll have your condition
Oh,
met,
yeah.
no problem.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
Trying to get all 3 to go off at once isn't going to be anything. Mandragora maybe, but like that's just because you get to blow up 3 backups if you get it off, which is nuts.
that's crazy. And Earth has a lot of back monster recursion.
Earth Lightning, Magic Pot, sack something, play another dude.
Oh, here's a good one, Mira.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
I was gonna look at Mira, but I didn't.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
When a category FFCC character other than Mira you control is put from the field into the break zone, you must search for one category FFCC character of the same card type and add it to your hand. This effect will trigger only once per turn. And then its other effect is Duel. Choose one category FFCC you control, activated until the end of the turn, and also becomes a forward with 8,000 power.
And then look at Tom Petty.
Tom Petty?
Tom Petty.
Tom
Petty.
Petty.
So Tom Petty is a backup. The card name Mira you control gain 2,000 power. When Tom Petty is put from the field into the break zone, draw 1 card.
So you play a 2 CP Mira. That's now a 7K. And so she lives a turn. You tap her. Play the Tom Betty. Tom Betty's now an 8K for 2 CP. 2 CP backup. Swing with her or don't, whatever you want to do. Draw a card. So it's just a nuts card that gains a ton of value. I love it. And then if the Tom Betty dies, you grab another Tom Betty from your deck.
Hey, maybe we can make Sakura useful. That's a hard maybe. I do want to
I want
draw
to build
2
like
cards.
a real deck. Like I want to build my own real deck. That's not just like I want to play ice. I'm gonna play all the best ice stuff. I want to build like a real deck. But I just don't have the time. I don't have the time to build a deck and then have to find it all. So I'm relying on you.
Wait, so how are you?
I'm terrible
are you
at deck
drawing off
building.
of it?
No, I'm gonna
So
build a deck. I need
when
you to
Tom Betty
get it all.
dies.
Oh.
As long as it's not, I'm not gonna make it super.
God, you
expensive.
mooching off me or something?
that's
Like,
what
what's-
No, I just
Yeah,
you
so
need to pick
Tom
it up.
Betty is a forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I got weak
swing or
arms,
you
dude.
block
I can't
with
pick
her.
up anything.
She goes.
I
to
could
the
barely
big
move
zone.
this mic.
You draw a card,
Oh,
and then you
got it.
get
Good thing there's
another
not
Tom
teams
Betty
event.
from-
You won't be able to carry anybody.
Yeah.
I get it.
Hey, we already
I just
saw
think
how well that
Mira's
went.
nuts. I think Mira's a crazy card.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming out
There's
of
a-
this 11.
Those look really cool.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for this set.
You guys better
I
look
am-
into Chaos. I
I'm
think
not
Chaos
like
is a
I'm
good
not
card.
like
I actually do.
"Woo!" but
I think
I'm
Chaos
like
is a cool card.
I like it. I want to see where it goes. Opus 8 rotates out of L3, and Rampier's still a thing. That sucks.
Just play Chaos.
So with all
Dude, I
that
actually think that's a
said,
good card.
have a great night and take care.
We'll see you guys next time.
Night or.